Hello, guys. Welcome back to that Cov pod. Quite a lot of news for us to catch up on. On the night, we've seen a bit of a solar eclipse. Don't know. I'm trying to make a total eclipse of the heart joke here with Bonnie Tyler and Gus Hamer. I don't think it's going to work. That is the big news of the week, though. I think we should start at the top. John and Jig with me as always. John, I don't think I've ever been as excited about a transfer as this, and to finally get it over the line, I'm just absolutely buzzing, mate.
Yeah, I'm delighted, mate. That's a long time coming as well, man. You know, I'm not very good keeping secrets. I mean, we let the cat out of the bag a little bit early, didn't we, with the match-worn Hamer shirt. There was 2 clues there. I'll let you work the other one out. People have only got one. And then, obviously, 3 days later, we dropped a little hint on here. A couple of fans picked up on it. Then 10 days later, the Telegraph have the exclusive. Love that. But look, listen, just over the moon to get him back. I think there's like other fans from outside sniping, but let's get back down to the basics of it. Gus Hamer, 35 appearances, 6 goals, 5 assists, or whatever it was, in a Premier League season in a very, very poor side. Championship player of the season, 29, coming into his peak time now. You're picking him up for £6 million. Find me another player with that experience, with the passion and drive that he's got for this club, that you're going to find can play 8, 10 wide areas, can probably even drop in on a 6, understands he'll be part of a squad rotation system. I think it's a phenomenal bit of business. I think that he knows what's at hand in terms of coming back to the football club, the levels of fitness that are required. There's a question mark over his fitness. You watch him, mate. He's going to get as fit as a butcher's dog, in my old man's language. And I think that he's going to be a really, really crucial and key player in keeping this squad in that Premier League. And I'm absolutely delighted it's over the line. He's been pushing. I mean, he's had far bigger offers elsewhere, certainly abroad, and other offers. But he wanted this move. And the conversations have been going on for weeks and weeks. And he's the one that has, pushed it to get it there. Frank's been excellent. And Doug and Dean, brilliant. And just delighted for everyone involved.
I think it's just the caliber of that signing as well. I was trying to explain this. If we'd have signed a player who had a year's Premier League experience, was the best player in a team in the Premier League, and was Championship Player of the Season 2 seasons ago, Jig, for £6 million, forget the fact it's Gus. If you sign that player on paper, we'd all be going, wait, what a brilliant bit of business that is. Then you throw into the fact it is Gus and we know what he's about and his character. I think it's perfect. It really is.
I think it is as well. I think it's a snip at 6 million. We heard the rumours of they wanted 12 and we'd gone in with 6, and then it wasn't going anywhere and there was going to be a meet in the middle kind of thing. But Doug's obviously played hardball again. He's got another very good deal. He's very good at this. Deadly Doug. Yeah. He's done a great bit of business there, I think. Yeah, like John said, Premier League experience. What he gave us before when he was here as well, it was superb. The energy levels when he's on the pitch, he's box to box. Yes, he burns out 60, 70 minutes sometimes, but that's from what he puts in for that 60, 70 minutes. I don't think anyone can keep that up. He was just exciting. He's an exciting player. He'll get you goals. His range of passing is unreal, and I'm buzzing he's back. And every Cov fan, I think, is buzzing that he's back. There's a lot of noise coming from fans elsewhere saying, oh, he's not good enough. He didn't cut it in the Premier League. It wasn't a great Sheffield United team in that league, and he stood out in that team. I think the last 3 seasons he was player of the season for them in the Prem. I think he was player of the season for them in their first season back in the Championship. His accolades speak for themselves, and we're getting him in the peak of his career now, 29. I think it's the perfect time.
I also think I think it's really lazy analysis for people to see someone with a stocky body type, which he has, a really strong physical player, and just claim that they're overweight and claim that they're, eating unhealthily. I've seen far too much of that, mainly from bitter Sheffield United fans now he's left, I'll be honest with you, because when he was back in training today, even he looked pretty good. Obviously, still a way to go to get up to full speed, but I think he's going to be absolutely superb. And also, the point to be made is Jamie Allen has gone this summer, and essentially the squad player, bench player we've replaced him with was our best player 3 seasons ago. the progress is ridiculous, and a 9 million profit, John, on him in the process, selling him 15, bringing him back for 6.
I think the 6 will probably be more like 9.5, really, when it's all kind of broken down and you have a look at it. But I think it's great business. I'm not deluded. I'm not like, is he going to start? Is he going to play all, every game in the Prem and be the star man? I don't know, but it's not about that. It's about rotation in the middle of the park. It's about legs. I think a Gus Hamer at peak fitness in full tilt 5th gear is as good, if not better, than anything we've got. We have to get him there. As a mate of his, has he been overweight in the last couple of seasons? Yeah, probably a couple of times. He's come back from injury, and you can allow for that in your career. He wants this move. He's hungry for the move. He's given up a lot of money to come here. He wants to be with the club that he cares about, home, in the Premier League, and he wants to put a marker down and prove a point. And that's the bottom line. And people like Frank have done their due diligence and they've been on the phone, and there'll be demands. And he's got to hit them demands to get in and break into this side. There's plenty of good options in that midfield, but him at full tilt is definitely pushing that 11. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And I think at that money, you're not going to get more bang for buck if you can get him into position. Absolutely no chance. Like I say to you, can play 8, 10, wide, 6, anywhere. But the thing is, he's going to play for every fan in that ground. That's the bottom line.
So excited by it. Couple of other signings we should probably talk about since last time we gathered. I know we were probably need quite a few more additions. I still think we do need a couple more, but where do you want to start, Jig? Do you want to do Rushworth or Yirenkyi?
Yeah,
I mean, record signing or record signing?
Start at the back. Let's go Rushworth, because I think we all knew, everyone wanted Rushworth back. We were getting a bit nervous about the keeper situation because Brighton, I think their chairman's very good at the poker game. So him and Doug was a good battle in that aspect. But I think, I've seen a lot of people say it's a lot of money for him. It is a lot of money for him, but he dragged us through that league last season. If it wasn't for him last season, I'd say he's worth 15 points. We'd have been battling for a playoff spot last season. But instead, we've romped the league with him there. And he's earned us that pot of money. So go and spend some on him, keep him back. He's making it clear, sign the contract and all this. He wanted to stay. He loves it here. He said he loves it here. When people want to be here and they're passionate about the badge and they want to play for the club, make the most of it. Keep them, make them feel wanted. They are wanted.
Why wouldn't they want to be here at the moment?
Exactly. We're flying. Yeah. Well, say we're flying. We're a bit too early in the season for that. But yeah, but I think it's a good signing. Again, I think he's a good keeper. And last season speaks for itself. He deserves the chance in the Premier League as a number 1, and that's it.
12 points above Millwall. We finished between 12 points between first and third. It feels like that's about the difference, wasn't it, between us and them? I think that's about right.
I agree with that. And
John, you weren't quite sure on the keepers last time we spoke in terms of the fee.
I didn't like
how much we should spend on him.
I didn't like the money being bandied about, but I actually think the deal looks pretty good now if it's around that 23 mark with the add-ons. Again, that deal's been there for before the parade. You know what I mean? So there's been a lot of backwards and forwards and no one was giving. And I'll rate Doug for that. The other guy's a proper operator. And I think the deal's pretty good. I think he looks lean, fit, sharp. He's obviously confident. And he knows the club inside out. He's not going to take time bedding in. You can tell. Look at the camaraderie when he came back. Everyone's delighted to see him, and they know how important he is. I think it's a solid signing. But again, it goes back to questions that we'll come to in a bit. Who's going out the door? What else do we need? What money's left? There's still work to be done in the market for me. But in terms of Rushworth, I think it's a tremendous signing. Let's put the money aside for a minute. I thought he was absolutely outstanding last season. And let's hope he can roll into this season. And I really do think he will. I think the confidence will be sky high with him.
Yeah, the awards spoke for themselves, didn't they, last season? He won every award. Yeah. The players, the team of the season, for the championship. He won everything. So, yeah, it speaks for itself.
Yeah, most goals prevented in the championship last season as well, saved us 8 more goals than he should have conceded. I like it so much because I think he's the best keeper we could have signed. I rate the fact we've just gone and bought the best, even though it cost a bit more and we didn't skimp on the money. I think it's such an important position. I don't see us being able to attract a better keeper than Carl Rushworth, and we've just gone and got him. And also, it saves the whole conversation around the CBS of, Rushworth would have saved that if we'd have had another keeper in goal conceding goals, because that would have been a nightmare the whole season. I massively rate it. And if he's half as good as he was last season, guys, he's going to give us a real chance of staying up.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I agree. Look, the aim is fourth worst team, and anything above that's a touch. But he's going to play a massive part, mate. So he's going to be busy. You can't dress it up. He's going to be busy, no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It begs a question, doesn't it? Sorry, like you pointed out, Ruddy's lads come in. You got 4 keepers there now. No one wants to see Ben Wilson go out the door. Let's hope they can thrash a good deal out for Ben. He's so important behind the scenes. So where does that leave Oliver Dovin?
Maybe a loan. Maybe needs a loan, yeah.
But would you have Ben Wilson as the number 2 if there's an injury to Rushworth? It's a good position to be in if Rushworth. Dovin is surely going to get the cup game. Was it Plymouth away? We've got Carabao Cup. Surely Dovin should play in that and any subsequent FA Cup games or further rounds.
It's tough, isn't it? 'Cause it's like any position, really. It's like we've gone out and bought a centre half. Great. Let's say first game centre half gets injured. Then we're struggling at centre half, aren't we? Because we're not sure if Bobby can make the leap. We think he can. We hope he can. And then behind that, it's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it? And that's not a disrespectful thing. But I'm like, people are talking about, we've spent, I can't believe it. We've spent 100 million 5 years ago. We were playing, all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, Sam, we've got to let that go now. We've got to move on. We're in the Premier League. There's lots of money there to be spent that needs to be spent correctly and wisely. Other clubs haven't spent as much as us because their squads are so deep with quality. We have an 11 to 13, and once you get past that, we could have problems. So again, it goes back to loaning heads out, no problem about it, or getting people off the wage bill. But they've got to bring in quality in various different areas, haven't they? For me, they probably still need another centre half, just in case. You need a left back. Even though Bidwell put in 2 cracking crosses, which we can get into, but it's about the defensive side of the game because we're going to be under the cosh in the Prem. There's no doubt about that. And then you definitely need a striker now because obviously Hadji Wright finds himself injured for anything between 8 to 12 weeks. And with respect, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but at the top level, are we going to start the Premier League season with Ellis Sims up top? I don't know, mate. I don't know.
I think he starts against Arsenal.
There's a lot of work to be done, though. That's what I'm saying. And it's a massive leap between where they are and the Premier League. Listen, I hope they can all prove me wrong, but I think there's lots of work to be done still in that transfer market. And I think there will be more work done. They won't be under no illusion. They know what we're all saying about all them positions. There's no doubt about it. But again, it goes back to what you said, Simon. It's about bringing in quality and the best that we can. And they've definitely done that with Rushworth.
And Yirenkyi, record club signing. Carl Yirenkyi is how you pronounce it. I didn't see this one come in at all, but we don't know very much about him. Don't think any of us have ever seen him play. But a Ghana international, 20 years old, central midfielder, looks physical, box to box, can play centre back as well. Jig, you like the look of it. I think it adds to what now with Gus as well. Pretty strong midfield, actually.
I think it does as well. He's huge. He's 20 years old. This kind of pre-Gus, Doug's kind of model is get these young lads in that have got potential, and then a year or two down the line, flip them, treble your money. I think he could be one of them, really. His agent's Essien, isn't it? So I think this is a bit of a Lampard pull as well. So I think he's
obviously. I don't know if it's agent or the assistant coach. Where he came from. I can double check that for you.
There's got to be a link between them two speaking about him though and getting him the chance, and obviously Thomas Asante. He must have been a big part of it as well. So yeah, but I think it's a good signing. I think you need that physical presence in the middle of the park in the Premier League. He's going to be box to box. He looks athletic. He looks physical. I think he'll come and he'll do good.
Yeah, Essien's assistant manager at Nordjylland. So there's clearly been a bit of conversation there. Lampard's links coming in, but yeah. 20 started, I think, every game at the World Cup for Ghana. Scored BTA Yirenkyi link up as well. Yeah. Assist for the goal. Still can't believe he didn't get more minutes, BTA, but it is what it is. I think this is exactly the type of player we should be signing, John. And he was linked with like loosely linked with Real Madrid, with Porto. Big clubs were looking at him as one for the future.
Well, I tell you, I didn't get wind of it at all. I didn't hear anything. And when we signed him, my phone blew up with people I don't normally hear from. So people from across the football family that work at various different clubs, from Brighton to Fulham to even Roman Kemp messaged me, who's a massive gooner, and they were all saying the same thing. Like, they were amazed that he's kind of turned up at Cov with the amount of clubs that were looking at him. But certainly from a stats-based perspective, if you look across any of the various different stats sites, he is massively up there. He's an enforcer. He breaks up play, an interceptor. He's box to box. We've seen that he scored in the World Cup. He's 20 years old. He's on the radar of many, many clubs. And he might be one that's here, like Robbie Keane, for a year and he moves on. I've not seen him play anywhere near enough. I've seen a couple of highlights since we signed him. I'm sure we've got a few of the Cov Twitter RT experts that have seen him for the last 2 years, and but we'll see, won't we? You know what I mean? And I'm saying that very tongue in cheek, but the excitement from people who don't support our club, that work at a high level in football or understand the game, etc., was quite telling on my phone, and it's left a very excited appetite in my stomach to go and see him ASAP. So I'm excited by him. He seems to be a hell of a prospect. And I mean, look at from a branding perspective as well, the social reach is absolutely enormous. So yeah, really, really exciting. A very astute signing for me.
Feels like a player we can just make big profit on, even if we go down. Feels like a man we could sell for 40, 50 million, hopefully. I mean, we're saying this is all prospect, this is all hopefully, because none of us have actually seen him play yet.
Well, we might be seeing him in Europe in the Conference League next year. You never know, Si. You just don't know.
And then Gyökeres is coming back as well, right?
January on loan, yeah. You heard it.
Get the band back together. Come on.
Get the band back together, mate. Come on.
Yeah, hopefully he gets a run out against Monaco on Friday. That'd be good to see him before the season starts.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully we get to see Gus have some minutes as well in that one. Less than a week. Just over a week before the start of the season. It's crept up quickly, isn't it, lads?
Yeah, certainly has.
I'll tell you what, going back to that midfield, though, you've got to look at the midfield options you've got now. Rudy, obviously we know what he can do. You've got Matty Grimes, who I think will consistently start. But then you've got Onyeka. He's not amazing with the ball, but breaks play up. He's aggressive. He's on the front foot to press. Then you've got that young lad there. He's box to box. He can do the lot by the sounds of it. Then you've got Hamer, who's got that bit of quality, can drop in the hole. He's good on the set piece. There's plenty of configurations there and enough going on across that midfield. And then we'll get into the wide areas now, because we're going to go on about our good friend, Mr. Tuna, aren't we?
And Victor Torp, you didn't even mention there as well.
Oh, yeah, Torp's an interesting one, isn't it? Because he's obviously getting linked. And I think that if more money is going to be spent, people are going to have to go out the door. He's had that heavy link with Brentford. Apparently, he's a Brentford-type player, in inverted commas. But again, he's another one like Tats, where that jump up into the bigger league, I don't know, he could suit him, you know what I mean? He's technically a very good player, as we've always said.
Loom Chowner, by the way, is how you say his name. I've been working on my pronunciations because it is kind of my job a little bit to get things right. Mr. Tuna is quite a good nickname, but it's Chowner. Obviously played in the... did you go to the friendly jig, by the way, Espanyol?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Do you want to give us your thoughts on who you saw? Obviously, it's only pre-season. I don't care about pre-season. But tell us what you learned from it.
Tuna was all right. Chowner was all right. He was getting the ball and he was standing his full back up, but instead of having a go and taking his man on, and I think it's the ideal time to do it in these pre-season friendlies, be a bit risky, he was kind of checking back and playing the ball back, and I thought, you're one-on-one with him now. This is where we need you to have a go and see what you've got. But yeah, he was a bit... Maybe it's his first match, a bit of nerves, doesn't know the rest of the team around him just yet and all that stuff. But I felt like he could have ran at his man a little bit more. But other than that, he done okay. Onyeka, like John said, played well, battled, broke it up well, done all that good stuff. Does struggle with the ball at his feet a little bit when he's got a bit of time. He just knocks it back to whoever's there, Grimes, who gets it out his feet. But yeah, I think he'll be okay in the Prem. He's got a point to prove as well, hasn't he? Because he Obviously couldn't cut it at Brentford, so we got him. So now he's got a point to prove, I think.
I think it's a bit of an underrated pickup for the summer, you know. I disagree on this.
8 million quid, him and Gus, between them have got basically all the appearances in the Premier League, haven't they, for the club?
Yeah, Ellis Sims won.
Ellis Sims, one goal.
That's a good point.
100% record.
Going back to Tuna, though, I think you make a good point, Jig. Listen, he's probably thinking, look, I'll just keep it simple today. I need to bed in with these lads. He's obviously a team player. I like the way he was trying to join in with celebrations and point people out when they were doing good stuff. I didn't watch the game. I just saw like a quick highlights reel. My question to you is, what's he like off the ball? Any movement out wide good? Is he quick? What's his first touch like? Does he strike a ball well? They're the main things. If you forget, I mean, EMC was pretty poor.
Yeah, when he took a while, didn't it? Yeah.
To speed, ain't like, you know. But again, you've got to trust Frank. I mean, Frank's put 20 million quid on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's gone out and got him. He's like, I want this geezer. So he's obviously seen something, and he's getting data, and he's getting people telling him, look, trust me, this lad. Again, young lad again.
Yeah, the one thing. Yeah, he put a few good crosses in. Sorry, go on, Si.
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say, I think his ball striking, from what I saw last season, I think he got 2 goals against Leeds last season in both games. And I think they were both from outside the box. He's a decent shooter, from what I understand and what I've seen of him. But yeah, I don't know if he's lightning quick, but we'll wait and see. I think it is quite hard to judge from a little bit of pre-season friendly. Hopefully, maybe he gets another hour against Monaco on Friday.
He did spend a lot of the time on the floor, diving around and rolling around a lot, which I think even a few of the other lads were like, come on, get up. Because this is when we were losing. They were just like
you in your boxing career, isn't it,
Bidwell was good, wasn't he? Looked like Leighton Baines at left back, whipping them crosses in.
Sakamoto was good.
Need a left back, do we?
Yeah, 2 great crosses.
Josh Eccles, Salmon in the middle. Bang.
Great header.
What do you think of Eccles this season? Maybe we should talk about him a bit.
Again, we've not mentioned in the midfield, but one or two of them have got to go out. You know, and if you were looking at it, and I like Josh, I don't want to see him go, but I think he'd be one of 2 or 3 that might move out. I hope not, though. I like him, and I like that. I like the story as well. Yeah, a bit sentimental, you know what I mean? I'm in my old age, but yeah, I thought it was a great header. I think he improves year on year. Let's see how it plays out next few weeks. But again, going back to Bidwell, stands a good ball up, didn't he?
Yeah, lovely cross. Two crosses. Yeah, 2 good crosses. That one for Eccles' header, superb ball in. And then the one for the 3rd goal, it was his cross, headed back across, then back across, and then Sims just tapped it into the back post.
You've got to be real, though. Some of these wingers in the Premier League are absolutely frightening quick. And my problem with Bidwell is the defensive side. If you're going to back off the way he does, mate, we're going to get absolutely ruined. And that's the problem there. And it was the problem last season. It'll be a problem again. Getting forward and dipping the ball in the box stands it up nice. You know what I mean? To be honest.
We can always rely on Jay De Silva, can't we? Just going to make the step up again, eh? We would like more strength in that position, I think. But if Jay starts the first game, let's see how he gets on. Also, what I did enjoy of this friendly was Jay De Silva walking out next to Amenda, Jig. It's probably the biggest height difference from 2 players I've ever seen.
He's huge, isn't he? Yeah. He looked all right. He doesn't look quick, but I suppose it's hard to be looking quick when you're 6'7" and trying to play football. But he was comfortable and he was knocking people off it. He went through one of their players and took out Onyeka as well, and it broke to one of the Espanyol players, and Rushworth made a very good save in the first half, tipped one over, but it was his tackle. We kind of like wiped 2 people out. I thought, blimey. Yeah. So
what's he like in the air, Jig? Both boxes. Do you see any action in the air?
He was in the box for both. He was in both boxes, but nothing really came from any of the corners. But yeah, I think he'll be very good aerially. I don't think he has to jump half the time.
Yeah.
I dream of him getting on the end of a Milan long throw at the Emirates. That's what I'm dreaming about at the moment when I close my eyes. Imagine that.
Just want a performance there, don't you? I know we're jumping the gun. You just want some kind of performance, something that gets you out your seat a little bit, and we don't leave disgraced. And then you roll into Hull, you smash them up, and we're up and running.
Imagine if we score first. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We will be doing a full Arsenal preview. Imagine if we score the first goal of the Premier League season. Very excited about that. Other transfer news. There has been an exit. My favourite ever COD player, I'm joking, Markello, out the building, Jig. I said he will be a pointless answer in the future if you're naming the promotion-winning squad to the Premier League. We barely knew him, didn't we? We hardly knew him.
What was the tweet you did, Si? You blew yourself up. I rated it. You had yourself on toast. It was the one about how good he's going to be in the future, and you just quoted yourself and sorted yourself out.
Just said, not for us though. He will be classed, just not for us.
No.
I got excited by a few of the crosses he put in. Let's just say that. And listen, making your money back, or it sounds like we've made the money back. Definitely, maybe even a little bit of profit. If he's not going to fit in and not good enough for the Premier League, that one didn't really seem like a frank signing, and we don't know the full details of it. But it did seem a bit bizarre when it happened, didn't it?
Yeah, it was the position we didn't really need cover for at the time, so it was very random. That was, it's when we were crying out for Onyeka, and we got Marcelo, and then Onyeka coming after, and you're like, well, yeah. Very odd.
They're not all going to work, are they? That one didn't work out. The main thing is they've washed their face on it. See you in a bit. Happy days. You know what I mean? And maybe his presence there pushed people to level up. We got out of the league. He's moved on. We made a few quid on him, and we crack on.
I think it's worked out well for him and for us, hasn't it? We've made a little bit, and then I think he's doubled his money. Yeah.
So, double back. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not, Marcelo? Off you pops.
Where's he gone? It's Abu Dhabi, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you boys going to Abu Dhabi for double pay?
What, you offering it, Si?
That golf pod live from Dubai.
You have to offer me a few quid to move out there.
Wolfenden has been a bit in the news recently, rumoured to... I mean, he put up an Instagram post of removals van. I don't know if he was just advertising his mate's business or if there's something more in that. He feels like a player who might be on the way out this summer, Jig.
I think so. I think he's... I was told his house was up for sale, and then that happened after the removal stuff, and he's praising them.
Booked a viewing, didn't you, Jig?
Yeah, it wasn't quite big enough for me.
Our outdoor bar, didn't fancy it.
No swimming pool, so I left it. I think he'll be out the door. I think it's just going to be a case of, because I think he's came in on good money. Obviously, we paid 4 million, was it 4.5, something like that for him. So I'm pretty sure that
he'll be on good dough, mate, and he'll have a long deal. I mean, he don't really have to go anywhere.
That's what I mean. I don't think he's going to go anywhere unless he gets what he's on with us. So it might be a sticking point, and it might mean that he's going to have to go out on loan.
It's back to back. We saw this when we signed him for Ipswich. He lost his place in the team for Ipswich and couldn't get it back, and then left them. I wonder if it'll be the same for him this time around. I mean, he's got back to back promotions on his CV from the Championship. You'd have thought a Championship club would like to pick him up. It just depends on the kind of wage, doesn't it?
Sure.
Yeah.
If they can match it. You also went down by the ground, obviously, when you saw the kind of recent friendly, Jig. A lot of painting. Did you have your paintbrush out? Your step ladder? Did you join in? New badge, new paint, new away end sign. It's all going, isn't it?
Have to be a big step ladder. That. Yeah. It's there's no end of work going on. I went down to the club shop, and all around the ground there's just constant work going on everywhere. The Singers' Corner's now all safe standing. That's pretty good, I think, for them. The gantry's all blocked off now, so I think they've covered 300 seats at the back. I think that's there's a box in the corner that's completely covered, and I think that's going to be the sky box. I didn't see much I was looking for the VAR stuff, but I don't know if that's really visible or not. I don't know, but I didn't really see much for that. But yeah, there's a lot of work going on. I think they've still got a lot of work to do before the Hull game, to be honest. But they are cracking on with it. And then there's a new fan zone as well. Opposite the roundabout as you come up from the casino, just there in the industrial estate, there's a new fan park with a couple of bars in, but it's run by Dillon's. And one thing I did notice is there's no Dillon's brewery or beers within the ground anymore. So I don't know whether something's happened there where they're not involved with the club anymore, but they've still got the Dillon's brewery and they've opened a new place as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's quite interesting.
Interesting stuff. Going to run this ad very quickly, and we'll be back after this break. Over the last 20 years, the Clash Network has grown into the leading independent European media brand, representing music, film, fashion, tech, and the lifestyle around it. Clash really is the last bastion of trusted independent journalism. It operates a successful platform in print and publishes a highly collectible quarterly magazine starring an array of global music stars. The Clash team are always online across digital and social channels. They're on radio, Clash live events, and they operate an award-winning creative projects and services division. Clash's Baller Tapes, which is a reoccurring feature, platforms football players' lives on and off the pitch, with recent episodes starring Noni Madueke, Alex Scott, Axel Dazassi, Alex Iwobi, and more. You can follow Clash Magazine at Clash Magazine across socials, or visit clashmusic.com now to stay ahead of the latest music and entertainment news. Play up Sky Blues. We're back. One thing I did want to talk about is the announcements of all these signings that we're making. Some love them online, some hate them online. It's the Motor City thing that the club are really pushing, and the Cov thing seemed to be really pushing as well. John, I think you are a fan of it, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I think the socials look great. I think we're renowned around the world. You know, certainly from an older generation, people seem to know us as a Motor City. I don't mind it. I'm like, I don't see what the problem is. You know, it's a bunch of young lads from Cov that are doing all the socials. They're doing a really, really good job. Things are levelling up. I think we're elevating the club on every level. And front facing, it looks good. You know what I mean? Would I wear the Motor City leather jacket? Absolutely no chance. Probably wouldn't fit in it. It looks like a small. But you know, listen.
Is that in a thong around Memorial Park if we stay up in
if
it?
we can find anything to moan about, we'll all moan, won't we? Christ almighty. Let's just enjoy ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to say to Tom Leach and all the team, I think you're doing a tremendous job, lads. And yeah, looking forward to more announcements, didn't we? We need some more.
Yeah.
I think the sentimental thing. They left it up to Simon to put together something, which I thought he did a nice job of. That was a sentimental one. Let the club move it forward. We've got to move on.
I'll do the emotion.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the fact that they used the slogan "Keep Up," which we used about our good friend Gustavo as well, didn't we?
There you go.
You did, yeah.
We did.
I just feel like people like to have a little moan, don't they, and like to have their say, which is fair enough. I get it, but the club are really trying hard. They're really levelling up. We've all wanted this. We've all wanted the Premier League. We've all wanted the big money spend. Oh, I can't believe we're spending this much. This is what we've wanted. This is what we've strived for, and we're there, and we're doing it. Everything's leveled up. All the videos are leveled up. The club shop's leveled up. The ground's leveling up. Our squad's leveling up. We're becoming a big brand, and we've just got to get on the crest of this wave and ride it while it's there and enjoy it and try and look at the positives.
Put it on the map, haven't we?
Yeah.
Stop. You know, hey, listen, I'll do plenty of moaning this season.
Bring it on.
You know what I mean?
The one thing I am interested in is the kind of move away from the PUSB, and I think it is notable that PUSB isn't really featured in any of the social bios or tweeted anymore. I don't know if there's a reason for that, but yeah, interesting one there. So maybe
they're driving the Cov thing, aren't they? And obviously it's a new brand thing that they want to do. I think Jig's got a bit of an idea of what's going on there. The Jigmeister General, do you want to take to the floor? I saw you in the Dillon's Brewery doing moonwalk into Michael Jackson Beat It. So why don't you take the floor here? What we got?
I don't know. I'm not sure if I can I?
Don't make me edit it. If you don't want to say it, you don't have to say it. All I'll say is,
I've heard a rumor. Well, we've been tipped off, haven't we? We've been tipped off by an anonymous source, a tiny rumor. HP source that the PUSB's been the brand or the name has been bought out by someone. It's not associated with the club, right?
Trademarked by somebody else.
Yeah, it's not the club. So I think the club have had to think, oh no, we've got to move away from that because we can't own it. And I completely get that. You're not going to push something that you isn't your trademark. So yeah, I get the Cov thing.
Absolutely, and also they want to keep pushing Cov. That Cov Pod, brilliant name for a podcast. Yeah. Cov does all right, doesn't it?
Cov store, that Cov pot, you know what I mean? You're right, Si. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, maybe stick our logo on the side of the stadium actually now while you're at it as well, Doug. Come on.
Not like, just do it. You know what I mean?
some exciting news as well is the documentary that's coming out on Sky Sports about the club, set to come out just after the Arsenal game, guys. So I think Sky Sports have put a load of work into this. I'm pretty sure it's on just after the Arsenal game and should be very, very exciting, and maybe even a little premiere coming out on that as well next week before the game. So we'll keep you up to date with that if we know any more. More exciting news.
Moonwalking down the red carpet, wouldn't you? You two?
Yeah, got to get jigged there, haven't we?
Yeah, a couple of forward rolls.
Tom Grennan and Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
Tom Grennan's flip-flops. So much to talk about in this.
Honestly, mate, I was on holiday and
so was he.
It was a couple of weeks ago. Apparently it was a baking hot day, and then I got sent a photo, and I was like, "What are you wearing, mate?" It was too hot. I know Frank; he knows the score. And I think when he walked in, Frank was like, "Oh, here he is," and he was like, "Good job, you can play a bit." And they were having the crack in that. And obviously, we were well versed in all the Gus stuff, and it's quite interesting that the BBC still had the cameras rolling because they said apparently that the cameras weren't on at that point. But I think Frank was quite cute because he kind of thought they're always rolling. So he didn't give too much away on camera. But they had a right good crack, really good conversation. I think it's a little 15-minute piece that will be coming out on August the 29th. And Tom said Frank was on great form. Really, really good form and very, very positive and excited and looking forward to the season. And he thinks that they're going to surprise a few.
I really hope so. I hope he's right. I'm really confident in Lampard leading us to the Premier League. I just think he's this caliber of manager, like elite level. I look at the other teams that we could be fighting out with at the bottom, and I just think we have the best manager out of a lot of them.
They've got to stick with him. It's the key thing for me. It's going to be hard, mate, but they're just going to have to stick with him.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what you say there, Si. But we've had him whilst it's been very, very good. So I'm pretty sure he'll be fine when the chips are down as well, and he'll still stay confident and positive. But he hasn't been in that situation for us yet.
I think that's a fair point. I think that is a fair point. I think he was in a relegation battle with Everton, though, wasn't he? So hopefully he'll have learned from that a bit, and he did keep them up. So I'm sort of hoping that he'll have learned from that, and he'll be able to use that. And he changed shape and he changed system a lot, and hopefully that kind of helps us out to stay.
A couple of January loans from Real Madrid, courtesy of Jose, wouldn't go amiss, would they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's done Essie, and who's next on the list?
I don't know, mate.
Who else did he play with worldwide?
Have
either of you seen the Mourinho documentary, by the way? It's out on Netflix, and apparently Frank is in it a lot. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm excited.
He's really good in it. I've watched 2 episodes. I'm going to watch the third after this, which we are recording out of work hours, by the way, everyone. 9:30, right? But I'm going to watch the last one after this. But really
you said that, John. Now you've said that, it sounds like we're recording this in work hours, and that's like a guilt thing. It's actually 9:45 on a Wednesday night.
It is.
You can
see that proof.
There it is.
And I did mention the solar eclipse.
That's a totally eclipsed Jig's face.
I did mention the solar eclipse, which was definitely only a couple of hours ago. Did either of you see it? Did you enjoy it? What do you make of it? Did you blind
I think I've hurt me out. I've got 4 eyes as it is, and I'm quite long-sighted. I did the thing, it's like, I'll raw dog it, mate, no problem. I had a little look. I was like, honestly, I feel like Ant and Dec here. My eyes are struggling.
Jig, you eclipse man?
Yeah. I've got there's a fly around here as well. It's really doing my head in. I keep trying to spot it.
Don't talk about Jay. Christ, come on. The Eclipse, great nightclub, Coventry, 1989 to 93 or whatever it was. Great nightclub, the Eclipse. Shout out the Eclipse.
Are there any other points you want to bring up, guys, that might have missed? You know what we should bring up, because you went and did you lift the trophy, Jig?
Threw it over, didn't he?
Store?
Ruined it.
I've lifted it a few times. Yeah. Been in a few places.
Are you the one who ruined it? You can own.
I'm not the one who ruined it. No. I did see a picture of the person that ruined it. Bless them. They took their kids, and I think their kid must have been 3. They passed the kid on, I think it's on his shoulders, the trophy, and it's obviously too heavy for the kid, and they dropped the trophy. and no one's allowed to lift the trophy anymore. So you can go and have a picture with it still, but you just have to stand behind it and wave your hands over it. Yeah,
That's another classic. Well, I think, listen, going back to other stuff, actually, we kind of touched on Haji Wright injury. EMC, no idea what's wrong with him. I think, obviously, Rudy's had surgery. We know that at the end of the season. I'm sure that'll take a bit longer to recover. And then
he's going to miss the start of the season, isn't he?
Yeah. And then Victor Tor, not too sure. So we'll see what's happening with that. And then we get a link with Mudryk, and I see people getting excited about that. Geezer did nothing when he was at Chelsea, and he's not played in the professional game for 2 years.
Yeah, but he can run quick.
Yeah, but why are we rehabbing him? Let's just, mate, we need players that hit the ground running.
That is where I'm cautious of every Chelsea player or former Chelsea player linked with us, because it is easy to link us with them. I understand that, but there's a level of quality, isn't there? And can he make it? I don't know. Can he be that difference maker? Should we be spending big money on him to get him in on loan? Is he just going to use us for fitness? There's a lot of question marks on that one, Jake, isn't there?
There is a lot of question marks, and I think a big chunk of your money that you're putting aside for any players coming in wage-wise is going to go on that, because what's he on, 100k a week? So we're going to have to foot the bill for half of that for a season to get him fit, to get him up to speed. Like John said, I'm not sure if that's the right move. Yes, the name's brilliant, and he was signed for 80 million, and he's probably very good, but it's a big gamble if we get him in and that's what we're putting everything into. I don't know how much we've got left to spend, to be honest, because we've spent quite a lot already. But yeah, I'd rather concentrate on an out-and-out striker and a left back.
100%. We need a striker, don't we? Now, I'd rather really, really want to see Mason Clark given a run of games. I want to see him first choice left winger when he's fit, obviously, because I think he's got the quality to step up, and then he'll be a bit worth a bit more than 6 million. Jig?
Just a little bit, yeah.
60 million by the end of the season, hopefully. In terms of strikers, then, what would you like us to do? You don't have to give specific names. Do you think we should be looking for a loan? Do you think we should be looking abroad? Do you think we should be looking in the Championship? What do you think we should do? And is Haji Wright going to be our first choice striker when he comes back? It's a complex scenario, but we don't really have depth in the number 9 position. Haji's out. We've got Sims or BTA.
Yeah, and I don't think BTA is the answer as a low man up front, to be honest. Sims will do a little bit of hold-up play for you. His turn of pace, he hasn't got the pace up there, really. He'll bring people into play. You can see he tries his hardest, Sims. I just don't think his hardest is good enough at a reasonable Premier League level. I hope he proves me wrong, but
I'd love him to.
Yeah.
Is he him, Gus? I don't know if Onyeka's scored in the Premier League. He probably has. We've got 3 players with Premier League experience. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, you look at that game, the one game he did play, he turned, rolled his man, shook someone off and banged one in, didn't he? And I thought, blimey, yeah. You see that
hat-trick at the end of last season?
Hat-trick at the end of last season was incredible. He scored some great goals last year. So I do hope he just ploughs on. He's played one friendly and he's scored as well. So yeah, but I'm not sure.
Wright's kind of killed it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He come back, he's injured. He's got a year left. Like, you were either looking to offload him or really, like, lift him and go, well, go on then. And now he's like nowhere for 3 months. August, September, October. All of a sudden, you're into kind of Christmas, and he's absolutely killed us on many levels. For me, I always like the look of Liam Delap. I think he had a bit of a bad run at Chelsea, a couple of niggly injuries, boom, boom, but I think he's of an age now where there's plenty of salon value. He's strong, movement's good.
I think Forrester linked with him for like 50 million though. It's like,
yeah. Hey, he'll be on a right. He'll be that, and he'll be on.
For 30 million, he ain't worked out, and then he's going for 50.
That's the Premier League for you.
Mental that. Again, it's going to be, again, it will go back into, the recruitment and finding gems from somewhere, because there's no outstanding candidate, is there? You know, we've gone about Vopotnik and people like that, mate. Like, I've watched him a few times, mate. Just don't see him. Like, don't see him. Games come just passing by. I'm like,
I'd have Fleming above. I'd have Fleming, who went down with Burnley, above Vopotnik, just in terms of Premier League experience. But again, you're talking definitely more north of 10 million to sign a championship striker, and it's difficult to justify that. And
you need to get people out the door again, isn't it? Because you can't just keep dipping into what's come in, because all of a sudden that's just gone. You need to get some out the door. So it'll be an interesting couple of weeks for sure.
Certainly will. We've got a friendly on Friday night against Monaco. A reminder, we are doing predicted lineups on Fan Forecast. If you want to join us on that league, go to our socials. It's a really good little app doing predicted lineups. And when the season starts for real, we'll be doing them every week, and you can see how you fare against us. Yeah, Monaco, I think they had a big win in a friendly. Jig, what do you want to see on Friday night?
They beat Liverpool, didn't they? Last week. Yeah. I want to see. I'm going to get his name wrong. Yirenkyi. I want to see Yirenkyi. I want to see him have a good run. I want to see him bring Hamer on, so we can get his song bellowing around the stadium. And I want to see, even if it's towards the end of the game, I want to see what Frank's thinking of going into the first game against Arsenal away.
Do you think we see the strongest lineup possible from the start and they get an hour? Do we think we see the shape that we might play against Arsenal? Maybe it might be back five. Do you think that is how he'll approach it at this stage?
I think he'll approach it like that. Yeah, I do. We'll pack out the midfield because we've got loads of them, and then it'll be a one man up front again. Pretty similar to how Chelsea were when Frank was playing for them. Goal scoring midfielders with Drogba up front. The trouble is we haven't got Drogba up front.
Probably would take Drogba now. How old is he?
Yeah.
How old is Drogba?
Just roll him out. You just stand up top there, man. We'll hit you.
Genuine question. I don't know. I can't remember how old Frank is now. What level of football do you think he could still play at? What step are we talking?
How long's he playing? 15 minutes?
Yeah, let's give him 15, 20 minutes off the bench. He's 48.
League One.
You reckon League One?
Mate, some of the lads in training say every now and again he'll get involved, and they're like, mate, he's absolutely mustard. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. Apparently, like, just steps up for a free kick. He's just stanch, bothered. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a joke. So who knows? I'll tell you what I'd like to see in the Monaco game, though. A young 19-year-old striker come on for Monaco who's going to be the next Thierry Henry, but fancies a move to the Midlands. Just like himself. And we sign him for £8 million. It's a gamble, and he turns out to be, you know, the new Thierry. That's what I'd like to see.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. We'll see.
It'll be a tough game. It should be a good game. It should be similar to the tests that we're going to get in the Premier League. So it will be a
test more minutes, just about minutes in it, and trying new shapes, like you say. I think you're right, Jim, in terms of packing, 100%.
And we will we'll bring you another pod after that friendly, and look forward to the Arsenal game. As I said, we're probably going to do an Arsenal preview. Got an Arsenal fan lined up to come on for that one as well, to get the opposition point of view. The season is just over a week away.
About the away system, Simon, did you want to talk about that?
Go on, mate. You talk about it. Go.
To be honest, I'm all ears on this, because Jig's the point master general, you know what I mean? So he understands it far more than me. I'm just a bit like, couldn't get a ticket, better get me 2 chins up, do you know what I mean? So Jig, do you think it's a fair system? I saw a few people moaning about it. I don't know how you win with it. Go on, you talk me through it, how you understand it.
The point system was introduced a good while ago now, 5-6 years ago. And I always remember at the time, my mate Gary Taylor, GT, said to me, log on, buy through your account, because your points will build up, and you'll build your points up. And then when it comes, if we keep having the success we're having and we end up like this, you'll be in the top bracket to be able to get tickets. So I did. I tried to tell a load of other lads that, and they didn't believe that we'd ever get to where we've got to. And we're there now. So in a way, I'm like, I'm glad I'm there, and I'm okay for a ticket. Brilliant, but all the other lads are now struggling. It's not that they haven't been going to the games, because they were there with me along the way, and I think a lot of people have done the same thing. A lot of people have been season ticket holders for a long time, but not making all the away games, and I think you get more points for, say, the Carabao Cup, 30 points, whereas an away game at Arsenal you get 10 points, things like that. People figure it out and they buy the tickets for the points and do it that way. So the rich stay richer with the point system, and I think that's why they introduced the ballot system. The ballot system is 300 tickets, so that's for anyone who's a member of the away ballot, or I think you have to be a season ticket holder and you have to be a member of the away ballot. But one person can buy 6 tickets on that, so them 300 get eaten into pretty quick. So there's not that many that are going to be available in the ballot.
One person can buy 6 tickets.
If you've got 6 accounts in the away ballot, yeah,
that's wrong. That's crap. Well,
but all of those accounts still would have to have a season ticket, right? You can't just buy 6 tickets.
Yeah. You have to be registered in the away ballot, so you can sort of group out basically if you get picked, and then you're then not allowed to apply for the next 2 away games, and then you put back in again.
And then what about Jig? What about I've seen people moaning about I lost points because I changed my season ticket or something like? How are people losing points?
You lose points. They take off your 3 years. So whatever points I built up 3 seasons ago, they come off, and then you'll buy your season ticket for this year. And I think what a lot of people misunderstood is you get 190 points for your season ticket this year because there's 19 home games. It's 10 points per game, and everyone was saying, "Oh, I've got 230. I've lost 230 points. I've lost more points, and I've got less points for this season ticket." That's purely what it was. We had more games last season. We had 23 home games, so you got 230 points. We've got 19 this season, so you get 190 points. That's all that was. And then you got the chance to buy points for money, really, which is very genius again by Mr. King for the away ballot, the home ballot, the fans abroad ballot, the kids one. Yeah.
I'm watching Jig at the minute, Si, and it's like that GIF with all the all the numbers just swirling around. I'm like, I have no idea. So, yeah, honestly, mate, you bored the life out of me then, but I appreciate it.
Right, time for bed.
You asked the question.
Mate, I'll tell you what, I know it's nearly 10 o'clock.
Boring.
Boring.
For what it's worth, I think it's quite a good idea. And
I think it's a good idea, and I think the fair way is doing the ballot to let people have a chance at getting the tickets. I don't know how else you're going to do it, because if you wipe everyone's points off now and it's a free for all, the fans that have been going for years and building them points up, they're not going to be happy with it, and I'd understand that as well. I don't think
the away ends are bigger as well, aren't they? Most of the time, so the 3,000 ticket, most away grounds have 3,000 tickets, so the 300 extra tickets that are now in the ballot aren't coming off. They're not reducing the top earners, and they also posted about the number of people in each tier, didn't they? So you knew if you had 1,500 points that you were going to get an Arsenal ticket.
Yeah.
So I don't see the issue with it. I think it's actually really good. Gives young kids or fans that might not get to go to an away game a chance to go to an away game. The only issue, the issue is it's only become an issue because we're doing well. It's only because it's Arsenal. It's only because it's Man United, Man City. Everyone wants to go to them games.
Yeah, I never paid any.
There weren't
problem getting a ticket. Now I'm like, I'm going to end up getting battered in the Arsenal end, paying through the nose for tickets and then getting filled in when we're 8-0 down.
What was it? 28 grand someone listed their ticket for. Do you see that? 28.
Not the first time you've been battered in the Arsenal end, is it, John?
I don't know. No.
Or was that the Southampton one? I can't remember.
Oh man, I just sat at the back and watched everyone else. Classic Southampton away. Remember when Gyökeres scored? One of our best mates at Ned Kelly 80. You might know him. He may have poked your eye out with his massive nose at some point. He said he'd sort the tickets out for the Southampton. I've sorted it, lads. I've sorted it. No problem. Turn up, we're slap bang in the middle of the main stand, Southampton, 8 of us in a row. Great crack.
And cough shirts?
Oh, mate, we nearly got absolutely clattered in there, didn't we, Jig?
Yeah.
And then a couple of the lads we were with are absolute beasts, and people saw them and went, yeah, we'll leave them alone. And I've told the story before, but Alex McLeish was sat behind us with his lad John, who I know really well, and And John texted me and he was like, "Everything all right down there?" And I just looked up at the corporate going, "Get us in there, will you?" And we were just left to the dogs. We survived though, didn't we, Jig? We towered, mate. We towered.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, it's good.
There we go.
Jig's
Few
boxing
Madrid-
skills, you got nothing to worry about.
Nah, a few Madrid and Jig. He was flying that day. Blimey.
Oh, right, lads. I think we should probably leave it there unless you've got anything else to talk about it. Yeah, we all good.
I think that'll do. Sorry.
There's another clue out there, though. The third kit will get announced soon. There's that Cov Pod clue out there. People can work out what the colour is.
This is like Scooby Dooby mystery machine stuff. Scooby Doo mystery machine.
We like all the ITK stuff. We read it online. We've taken a big step back from that, so we're not going to do it anymore. But occasionally, we'll put a few clues out there. A bit of fun. See if you can work it out.
And let us know in the comments down below if
go.
you want to like and subscribe to the YouTube. Jig, you got anything else to say? Look, have you caught that fly yet?
No, it's still in here. It's buzzing around my head.
Come on, Jade.
Yeah.
And on that note, we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching or listening, guys. We'll see you next time. We'll see you very soon. We're going to preview the Arsenal game and do some listener questions before the season starts as well. We'll do a season preview. That's what we'll do next episode. We'll see you then.
Lovely stuff.